Hey, welcome to Kulturnatten. I'm Rick from Food Saving Lund.
And I'm Lola from Lund Matvarukooperativ, or LMK for short.
And I'm Paula, and also from LMK.
I know we have moved on to a digital world, and so this year we're going to have Kulturnatten from a digital platform, and we are going to do a few events where we promote sustainable food production and sustainable food consumption. Plus, we show you ways to reduce food waste, plus give a lot of hacks to you, and also we have a little cooking session that we would like to share with you. But before that, maybe we could talk about what LMK is all about.
Yeah, so we are a local food cooperative which started in 2017, I believe. And at the beginning it was just a couple of people who just were really into sustainability and were looking for ways to empower local farmers and just regular people who like to grow food. And we really wanted to make all that fantastic produce available to local people in towns. So that's how the co-op got created.
Exactly. And now we are kind of a facilitator, I would say, between our local producers and farmers on the one hand, and people here in Lund that really want to buy local, organic, and really, high quality produce. And so usually, I would say in the season we have a lot of produce. Every second week we have a handout, and then we would get a list from the farmers which produce they have, and we send the list via email to our members of the cooperative, and then they find a form and they can click which produce they would want to order and send us the form back, fill out. And then on the Thursday, we always have the handout day, people can pick up the food, the produce that they ordered, and it's all pre-packed, super easy. You just need to come, pick it up, go home, and then you have your fresh, organic, super yummy produce.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a wonderful way to connect the farmers to the locals, and it's non-profit, so it's great, and it's such a good sustainable initiative. Do you have a criteria on how you select the farmers, or is it like open to all farmers?
It must be organic produce, and I don't think...
Or at least grow food according to organic principles. They don't have to be certified.
Yeah, exactly that. And we don't have any meat, for example.
If we feel like this is a relationship which can work, we just try it out and see if people are interested.
That's very interesting. And now once we produce sustainably and we consume sustainably, then that's where Food Saving Lund comes in. We try to reduce food waste. That's one of our main criteria. And we thought when you take into account the latest IPCC reports, one of the biggest causes of greenhouse gases emission are food waste, and it's across the world. And I mean, even for countries like Sweden, which we think would be very sustainable, it ranks one of the highest in Europe after Netherlands and a couple of other countries when it comes to food waste, and it's massive. And this huge amount of food waste is taking its toll on nature, over land use, and I think we just have to get more sustainable and find ways to counter food waste, and find ways
get into the right mentality.
Exactly, yeah, and get more people involved into it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what do I do if I want to become a member?
It's very simple. All you have to say, all you have to do is reach out to our social media and say you want to be a member, because we are super inclusive. We are one of the most inclusive, diverse groups that are there in Lund. We are also partnering with a lot of events, a few restaurants, a lot of different departments in the university, because they have a lot of events, and there's a lot of food that would otherwise be wasted are now taken by us into food banks around Lund.
Cool. So if anybody wants to know more about our organizations, where can they find us?
We are Food Saving Lund on Facebook, and we are Food Saving Lund on Instagram as well, and LinkedIn. So reach out to us and we will find a place for you. And where do you reach out to LMK?
Actually, similar, also on Facebook where we are active. Instagram, we're about to plan. We want to become active on Instagram as well. Haven't reached that though, but soon, hopefully. And then we also have a webpage. So also, if you want to become a member of our food cooperative, you can just go on our website and to see how you become a member, and then that you're also part, of getting the emails where you get the order form to purchase our produce.
Otherwise, you're very welcome to just drop by Stenkosen every other Thursday between 5:30 and 6 and just talk to us directly.
And you could email to us at foodsaving@halbertuni.se. We are also a part of Halbert Universitet. and also a folk university. So
Wow.
it's a wonderful
Well
initiative.
connected.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. And we will see you at the cooking session just about now.
Yes, looking forward to present you our delicious menu.
Enjoy.
Yes.
So today we are going to make some stir-fried veggies with some seasonal veggies grown at LMK. Today we are using some Swiss chard and we have Savoy cabbages. We don't want to waste anything, so we are using the stalks of it as well, and we're going to season it with some garlic. Next we have some black beans. We are going to make a vegan black bean patty with some fried onions and oats. Along with it, we are going to make a sauce with some red wine, oat cream, some onions and tomato paste. These are some pink carrots that are grown at LMK, and we are going to make a honey glazed pink carrot. And for carbs, we have some Swedish wheat. These are the carrots we were talking about. So we're going to put them in the oven. We're going to add some oil that's infused with a little bit of garlic in it. And some honey. Now I'm just going to mix it all in together. Next, I'm going to add some pepper and salt for seasoning.
Okay, so now we're gonna start frying our vegetables. So we have a preheated pan here on middle high, and we're gonna add our oil. And the first thing we're gonna cook is our rainbow chard stalks because they are a little bit tougher, so they'll take a little bit longer to cook. Just gonna add those to the pan. And at this point you can add your garlic as well if you want. There we are, a lot of nice colors.
How long do you suggest we fry this for?
I think probably 2 to 5 minutes, just until they soften a little bit. Because these leaves are quite thin, so they actually won't take very long to cook at all in comparison.
That's roughly 5-6 minutes
Something
into
like
the
that
stir fry.
from the beginning. And now
And it looks nice.
We're
And
gonna start
here's our
adding
chard.
Swiss chard. And the leaves are quite a lot thinner than the cabbage, so they will need probably around 1 minute until they're ready. Then you can just season with salt and pepper.
Roughly 7 to 8 minutes, is that?
Yes, exactly. So once the Swiss chard is nice and wilted, but you still have that beautiful green color, then it's ready to serve.
And the smell.
It smells fantastic. So, there you go. Seasonal veggies.
1 down, 2 to go.
Alright, and now off to the bean patties. So as you can see, we have the black beans over here. We previously fried the onions that we will add in. We also have a little bit of pre-soaked oats. They will be used as a binding agent for our patties. And off for some flavoring, we will be using a teaspoon or tablespoon of tomato paste and some salt and pepper to taste. And now for the loud part, we will blend it all together until we have a nice mash that we can form our patties with.
Are you keeping it simple today?
Yeah, definitely. We're adding garlic for some seasoning as well, but you feel free to use cumin, parsley, anything that you feel will go well with the burger patties. Smoked paprika is another good option. But now that we have it all mushed, we're just going to mix the garlic in and form the patties.
Woohoo! What do we have here?
Well, I'm just covering our patties with some potato starch so that when we fry them, they actually have a really nice crispy coating on the outside. This is our bean patties that we will fry until they are golden on one side. We'll flip them. It will take about 3 minutes on each side.
John, the patties look really good.
Yeah, you can see that our starch coating got nice and crispy.
Okay, I will now make a very nice vegan sauce that we can have with the patties. It's kind of similar to the brown Swedish sauce that you have with the köttbullar. And I have some oil in here already, which is warm, so I will add now the onions and fry them. And to the onions, I will add a spoonful of tomato paste and fry that as well. It's important that the tomato paste gets a bit brownish. Of course, you have to be careful not to burn it. But yeah, fry it for quite a while, not too short, so it gets a nice taste.
I can't tell you about the taste now, but the smell is delicious.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so we let this fry for a little bit. So now the tomato paste is nice and brown, and I will add something very special here now. I will add a little bit of red wine. You can also use some leftover red wine that you still have to deglaze it and give it an extra nice taste. And then you add one other ingredient, which is oat cream, to make it nice and creamy. And I will add this as well. And then of course, some spices, some salt, and some pepper. You can also add some paprika, or whatever you enjoy to have as well in the sauce. And you mix it all. And now you see that it has this wonderful creamy consistency and that the color is really brownish, like the color of the Swedish brown sauce, maybe a bit lighter. You can actually also, if you wish, add some soy sauce, because soy sauce makes the color even more, brown and intense and adds some extra flavor to it. Today I decided against. I just wanted to have it pure with the oat cream and the wine.
As simple as it gets.
As simple as it gets.
You could also add some dill to it, and that would be nice.
There are many variations that you can do actually
like
with the sauce.
Parsley and thyme as well. Yep.
Whatever flavor you feel like you want to add. And also, you can let it simmer for a little bit so that the flavor can nicely develop, but we can also eat it directly now.
How long would you usually simmer it for?
I would let it simmer for maybe 5 minutes,
Okay.
5-10 minutes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The Swedish brown sauce, the carbs, it's just Swedish whole wheat, the stir-fried vegetables, they're all from the co-op. The black bean patties, and the honey-glazed purple carrots. Bon appetit!
At Food Saving Lund, we have been thinking about ways to not only reduce food waste, but also we came up with very interesting hacks to reuse food scraps that would otherwise be wasted. So the first one is liquid from chickpeas. So you can actually use the liquid as a substitute for egg whites. You can whip it and put it in a cake. So when it comes to used oil or fats, you can always reuse and recycle them. And there's also another way where you can make soap out of it. So you can look up the recipe online. And after boiling, veggies, meat, bones, you usually have broth left over, which you can use for other soups. So with soft carrots, what you can do with them is you can boil and make a soup out of it. But if you don't only want a carrot soup, you can also add other veggies such as potatoes, celery, etc. So if you have hard bread left over, you can use it as breadcrumbs after grating it and make yummy schnitzel. So the last thing we came up with is old wine. So if you still have old wine left over which is not drinkable anymore, you can use it for cooking. And these were all the things that we came up with if you want to use food scraps in a very sustainable way.